Hello and good day, everybody. I am Caroline Tongko.
My name's Elka Scholes.
Hi, my name's Maria Gonzalez Blue.
My name is Denise Levy.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Horn.
My name is Judith Campanero.
Hello. You already know that I'm Zoga Lockhart.
Hello, my name is Topaz Wise.
My name is Tamara Knapp.
Hello, my name is Tomoko Murakami.
My name is Karen Shohome.
Hello, my name is Susan O'Connell and I'm a REACE. Welcome. It's so nice to see you here.
So as a volunteer program coordinator of Kai Foundation, I specifically take care of the volunteers.
I work with people with trauma, and that includes first responders. And I also work with children, youth, and adults that have experienced abuse.
I have brought the arts into lots of different populations. I have worked in convalescent hospitals. I've worked with women's groups, with adolescents. I have brought the arts into programs in Mexico, Guatemala, Argentina. I have worked in university settings. I actually wrote the first qualifying standards for the REACE many years ago.
As a REACE and also a social work professor, I work mostly with social work students and also with other faculty and staff.
As a REACE member, I serve women of a certain age.
So I use the art forms to help us to grow and change. And I also use nature to help people to get down to their authentic selves. And I always combine the two, nature and story.
I have found that nature invites and inspires people's creative energy, along with softening and opening the heart and making us aware really of the more than human world and how it expands our sense of community.
I facilitated the developmentally and physically disabled adults in a wide range of disciplines. Also, since mid-90s, I've been part of a community of people who are dedicated to the exploration of human consciousness, leading to self-growth, personal and professional wisdom, skills, and fulfillment.
The populations I serve are graduate students in art, theology, psychology, and healthcare, and private clients who are artists or are seeking to explore their creativity.
I utilize multiple modalities of creative expression, and I combine those modalities in every experience that I offer to clients.
The purpose of my work is to inspire personal, emotional, spiritual, and community transformation through creative practice.
Intermodal expressive art serves personal and community well-being.
The journey to elderhood is one of the highest mountains I've ever climbed, and it's my desire to share tools and experiences with others.
Bringing the arts to individuals, to communities, has a way of tapping creative ways of thinking and weaving them together, helps access more aspects of the person.
The mission for my work is to help people engage their creativity and their imagination so that they can live less stressed, more productive, more innovative lives.
The purpose of my work is to help people and to ease their journey in life.
My main aim as a REACE is to facilitate expressive arts that open perception, understanding, compassion, and self-compassion in a new way of life.
Part of the purpose of my work is to help people remember their most authentic self and to be connected within their own creative stream.
When we have very primary ways that have always been true for us, different kinds of art, painting, telling our stories and being in nature and observing and learning and growing from what nature has to offer. When we have all of that, then I can go to a corporate office and help them resolve their dilemmas around how is it that they will treat each other. I can help a family to be able to do that, and I can help a person to be able to grapple with obstacles that they're having around social traumas, trauma from their childhood and in the family, to help them to be able to live really beautiful, connected lives.
People with intellectual and developmental disabilities, I like to call them differently abled people. they often have difficulty in communicating in conventional ways. So creative art expression allows them to relay their feelings and empowers them with a way to convey ideas visually, musically, with movements. So it had been really inspiring and rewarding for me to guide these artists in exploring various creative venues as their outlet for emotional expression.
Expressive Arts Consultant education can find itself anywhere in the world. It helps people become present. It helps people perceive the world from different angles and different perspectives than perhaps they had before.
It's a way for everybody to have access to all that is, because all that is within them, and they can access that through art and through nature.
The term I use to describe my work is integrative expressive arts. This can refer both to the use of a variety of creative practices and also to the unifying of separate or fragmented parts of ourselves.
Currently, I describe my work as intermodal rather than multimodal, and I do that simply to clarify. Intermodal meaning I use more than one expressive arts modality in each session, and the modalities that I choose for each session are thoughtfully considered.
I like to say expressive arts as an integrated process so that people know I'm not just doing art that is expressive. The belief is that as we move from one modality to another, we're making connections. It's a deepening process that we found over and over. People felt like they were coming home to themselves.
For me, intermodality or multimodality is being used to help the clients really find what kind of expression will help them.
When I think of intermodal expressive arts, I think about the different layering and interweaving of modalities. Layering on different modalities can really add some depth and breadth to the process of using expressive arts.
I commonly use the term creative expression or creative self-discovery when referring to my work.
In the integrated expressive arts, more than one art form, drawing, music, movement, drama, or poetry are used to explore and articulate life experiences with authenticity, fullness, beauty, meaning, and playfulness. And when I'm referring to my work, I like to use the term soul art.
As an expressive arts consultant educator, it differs from that of a therapist in that I am not doing psychotherapy. The work I do as a REACE may have some therapeutic value, such as a new self-awareness or an integration of a life event or a lifting of the spirit, but it is not psychotherapy.
I am also a REAT, a Registered Expressive Arts Therapist. That is totally different from the REACE, however, because as an expressive arts therapist, I am fully trained. I have degrees in psychology and counseling, and I am able to work in clinical work. As REACE says, we want to be really, really careful that this is not our field.
When I think about how expressive arts consultant and education is different from expressive arts therapy, I think about the goal or the purpose of the work that I do, and it's usually about personal growth, professional growth, perhaps community building. In a lot of the work I do, I am both sharing information about expressive arts and about the field of expressive arts, and also demonstrating the use of expressive arts.
The difference is we REACE are able to help those people who are not diagnosed with something pathological. I am using my skills in expressive arts to help them release and express and maybe have a better relationship with each other.
Not everybody is able to access who they feel like they are and what they know about how to grow and change themselves. You know, sometimes we need other modes that are more indigenous to what we already know.
In my work as an expressive arts consultant educator, creativity is applied in a broad manner with its main application to to individual and community growth.
We use the arts to help the individual find things that work for themselves and to go within.
This work reaches the whole person. It's incredibly holistic in nature.
The work that I do is very healing. It's also very therapeutic, but it is not therapy. I do not diagnose my clients. I don't create treatment plans. I don't work inside a clinical setting. Sometimes I work in a studio. Sometimes I go and I work in school. Sometimes I go into corporate locations and I work with engineers and accountants.
An expressive art therapist holds both the creative process and the mental health process conjointly and uses art in treatment, assessment, and perhaps research. An expressive art consultant, or educator, provides a safe space for people to release their emotions, experiment with spontaneous art, poetry, dance, sculpture, music, and more. And the expressive art educator witnesses and encourages the participants in their creative process and doesn't offer therapy.
As I think about what inspires me to do the work that I do, I think about students and faculty and staff that I have the pleasure of working with and how I have seen the arts be a resource for them and a support for them.
Throughout my early years, I used art and dance and some writing to really access healing aspects and to help myself process some of the changes that were happening for me and around me. And that's really what inspires my work even today, is the deep knowing that I have about how healing it can be to really engage with our own creativity.
I have been doing the arts since I was really young. Part of that process was being an athlete. So I played soccer, and interweaving with my soccer playing, I was writing, I was doing artwork, I was journaling after, before these games. What I found was that working with the arts gave me an incredible focus on the field. It was quite an incredible time for me, and personally it was really already an integrated arts process.
Started using expressive arts in my adolescent years, and I don't even know what expressive arts is then. And then when I moved on to my college years and fell in love with the healing capacity of arts, but when I got myself involved in Kite Foundation, I was able to get in touch again with the healing properties of art. I feel that this is really my calling. I am called to do something like this, to use arts as a means of healing.
Long ago, I was facilitating classes and intuitively brought intermodal activities to those classes. I continue to have these phenomenal experiences. I feel very privileged. It just continues to fascinate me on how profoundly expressive arts empowers people.
Creativity feeds the soul and the imagination. It invites play and intuition, and it moves us away from the literal and into the imaginal and transpersonal realms. This work for me feels like soul work in a world that needs to make space for soul to rise.
I do this work because I believe that it is a way for us to remember literally our bodies, bringing back into our bodies who we are.
I have always had a mission to facilitate empowerment through creative expression. And I'm a firm believer that art in any form provides food for the soul and healing for the psyche.
I've been working on self-growth and healing through various therapeutic, spiritual, and psychological practices for many years. And through these works, I have deepened the relationship with my art, seeking its symbolic message. It's been really eye-opening experience for me to see that what is missing in my ordinary adult life, buried in my unconsciousness, is faithfully exposed through the images and forms and movements in my art. Rediscovering healing and reconnecting with my longing for the deep, rich joy of being alive through my art became the major healing force. So I have a strong faith in art's healing power.
It speaks to my heart and to my soul. I have never encountered anything as profoundly powerful and transformative.
I just love sharing the healing power of art with others.
I was inspired to do this work by my own journey as an artist and teacher. Every day I experience in myself and witness in others the deep expressive power of creative process to renew and celebrate the human heart and soul.
I'd like to send a shout out to the REACE community. This is a lovely, warm-hearted community, very generous in their offerings of support and witness to each of us in our expressive arts facilitation. If you're interested in joining a community like that, I encourage you to work towards your credential, and we will welcome you with open arms. Thank you for listening.
There we go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I wish you well.
Thank you. Bye.